Hello viewers, welcome to my tutorial on how to use my UIX Emulator for cool people to create a games library for your UIX Desktop, also called Theseus. So the first thing you want to do is download BYOND. Just go to BYOND.com to download. What BYOND is a platform for making multiplayer games, but it can also compile code, which is what we did. We compiled code that runs in the BYOND client. So you're going to want to download this. It's going to give you Dream Maker. You don't need that unless you want the source code for the app, which I plan on releasing at some point. Then it's going to give you Dream Seeker, which lets you play the app, but also Dream Daemon, which is critical for this app. It lets you host, but you're not going to actually host a multiplayer server for other people, but you just want Daemon to be there for the security functionality it has. So download BYOND if you don't have it already. Just go to BYOND.com/download and go to Windows, or you can do it via zip. Once it's installed, go to this page. It's Mr. Mage 123. If you don't know how to find the app, you can just click Mr. Mage 123, and then you'll see it right there. All right, this is UIX Emulator. So obviously, click download. And that will boot up your BYOND pager. These are all BYOND games, but we want this one, so it's installed. So click host to Jane for others to join. Now we're doing this, but we're not actually going to host a multiplayer server, so click host. And I found the app already. So set visibility to invisible or private, either works. Set port to 0 or some port that you know is closed. You don't want anybody connected to this game except you. And this is critical. Security set to trusted. Otherwise, you're going to get hundreds of prompts. I mean, if you want to know every single change the app does, go ahead and set it to safe. But you're going to be clicking on yes on literally hundreds of dialog boxes. It's going to take you like 10 minutes. I would just do trusted for this. Allow players using Dream Seeker. You don't have to worry about this setting because Dream Web Client, which is what this is, doesn't work in the current version. All right, then you click Go. It's going to tell you you're about to host this game in trusted mode. Yes, proceed with trusted mode. Hit yes. Then go to World, Join. It's going to connect. Give it a second. All right, so we are now in the UIX Emulator for cool people. What you want to do is make sure you set all of these that you plan on using. So you see checkboxes over here. You can use whatever you want to use from the emulator. You can use your shortcut directory, foreign directory, Vita 3K, Xenia, RPCS3, and RetroArch. This effectively gives you access to every emulator ever made except CEMU, which is the Wii U emulator. There's no support for that yet. So let's walk through these other settings. Translate names in English. So as of the recording of this video, Theseus or UIX Desktop does not support Unicode because it's the original Xbox dashboard. So if you want to go around this problem, I included a translator that can help you translate the game from your foreign language into English. If you want to use this functionality, click Translate Names in English. Now for Xenia specifically, the way their arguments work to open an app, it breaks Theseus. I found a way around this. You have two options. One, you can make a shortcut and place it not in shortcut directory, but foreign directory. And that will work. Or you can just check fixed Xenia foreign language James. And if you set that, it's going to use this directory right here, which is temp by default. It's going to store the shortcuts there. So if you're ever confused on what any of these settings do, click the question mark. So when you're using fixing for language names checkbox, link fields will be created. Specify here where those files can be found. The other thing is that yes, BYOND uses slashes. It's a little bit, it's BYOND. It doesn't make sense. All right. So generate images is on by default. This creates box arts for your games. You can leave this off if you don't want to generate images. But I'm going to do that for this just to show you. All right. Last setting. debug, run with command. If you check this, this specific, all the settings you put in this app save for multiple uses. So next time you boot up the app, all your settings save, except this one. Debug run with command is not safe for security reasons. It lets you run the game with command prompt. Maybe some people want to do that. So you can help debug Theseus for other people on the Discord server, maybe. All right, so let's get around to doing these settings. First setting, you want Theseus. So click the 3-dot button. So it says select your Theseus dictionary. Pick the folder with exe found, only used for the boot after generation, which we are using. So we want to go here. I put it in here. Then I put it in here. And this is my Theseus root folder. And then there it is. All right, link file directory. I'm going to use a shortcut, a different folder for this one. I'm going to use this folder, link shortcuts, because temp files sometimes delete when you empty or when you do disk cleaning. So now we want Beta3K. So it wants gui-config folder is what it wants. So let's go get it. Now we do. It says select your Beta3K config folder. It's usually located in Beta3K or Windows latest / gui-configs. All right. So we had PlayStation Vita, Windows latest, config folder. That's what it wants. Now it's set. Foreign language directory. I put foreign shortcuts in here. Regular shortcuts directory. So the difference between these two shortcut directories is they're both folders where you can use shortcuts, but the way they work is different. If you're working with a foreign language application, use foreign directory. If you're working with an English application, use shortcut directory. That's the main difference. Okay. Let's do shortcut directory. And this can be any folder on your computer. We're going to go to, I put mine in Switch. Hidden shortcuts. Now Xenia. See here, it wants Xenia Manager / Xenia Manager / game data. Okay. So it says here, select your Xenia game data folder. It's usually in Xenia Manager game data. Okay. So I go to Xbox 360. Then we go to Xenia Manager. And then we go to Xenia Manager. Then we go to game data. This is where your games are. We're almost there. RPCS3. So it wants... Oh. How did that happen? All right, let's fix it. Did we find a bug? RPCS3. And it wants the config folder. Let's see what happened here. No, we're good. I don't know what that was about. All right, and then we want the RetroArch playlist folder. RetroArch / playlists. All right, so all our setup is finished. We don't need to do anything else. So we want this, and we're going to run fun Theseus after generated. But now we're going to tick everything. You don't have to use everything if you don't want to. If you just want to use this app for the shortcuts or the foreign application support, go ahead and do that. So we have two options here. We can generate the games.ini or run Theseus. We have this checkbox active, run Theseus after generated, so it's going to run anyway. But we don't want to run with command, so we're just going to generate it. Here we go. Let this run all the way, and Theseus will boot. So while this compiles, I'm just going to reiterate the security setting we put before. If you don't want to put it on trusted, that's fine. But you're going to be clicking literally hundreds of dialog boxes. It's going to take you like 10 minutes to finish a single compile. If you want to do that, fine. It's your choice. This might take a second. This log, you can see it finished. It's finishing right here. And there's Theseus. Alright, let's see if it worked. Go into launcher, click games, and there's our games. The game images did import. Alright. Now let's go ahead and grab Steam. Import Steam library. Alright, then we refresh it. So we have 148 games installed in seconds. This app is insane. So I want to talk about the foreign language games. So one of the games I'll talk about is Trails of the Sky. The Legend of Heroes Trails Cold Steel, sorry. So this is an example of a game that had to be translated because it's in Japanese. The title's in Japanese, which at this time isn't supported directly in Theseus. But with our translate to English function, it works just fine. We can even boot it up. I'll boot it up and you can confirm that it's working fine. It takes a second to boot up. There it is. It's booting up. It's not in English, but it's working just fine. Alright, so that's my tutorial on how to use the UIX emulator. If you ever want to update the app, all you do is you open BYOND. If you don't see a prompt to update it, just uninstall and reinstall it. So there you go. Thank you for watching.